I'm here. Okay. Yep. I'm still dealing with a different setup from what I normally use, and also I'm dealing with a lot of noisy people in the house. So I was kind of waiting, hoping that they were have moved on. They seem to be sort of just hanging outside. I'm not sure if they're gone yet, but we'll see how we go. I'm going to be covering another creature or monster from Esper's Emporium of Esoterica. Okay, we've been doing this, did all this through last year, and plan to continue doing it probably for a couple of years because it's a big book. We're only so far. We're not. I think we're halfway through. We're not even halfway through the monsters. I can assure you now. So it's gonna take a little while. I put up a poll. I'm gonna do a very short presentation, talking and discussing the TarFire. That is my intention, and then we're going to do some workshop building, build some stuff, some tools around monsters, stuff that you can use, hopefully, and find get some use out of. Okay, so that's what I want to do today. I'm going to do this very quickly. I'm going to keep this to about an hour. I'm not going to go any longer than that because I'm going to cook, and I don't want to. I don't want to cook. I would actually like to be able to get from one end of the day to the other without perishing. So that's the plan. Anyway, let's get started. I do have a presentation for you, and let's see if this works. Hi, welcome to How to RPG. My name is Fred Wheeler, and today I want to talk about role-playing games and Dungeons and Dragons. That's right, it's a monster lore for the TarFire. For those of you who don't know what the TarFire is, that's fine because I'm here to actually explain to you what it is. It is from Esper's Emporium of Esoterica. It is a Dungeons and Dragons 5e monster, and we're covering just the monster lore for today. So a TarFire elemental is sticky, it's a malleable brute, but also it crackles with flame, and it can actually throw globs of burning tar at you. The odour released from a TarFire causes irritation of the respiratory tract and sometimes coughing. Touching a TarFire elemental is unwise as it is hot and it will burn anyone who makes any kind of contact with it. Now, the swamp dwarves, or druids, should I say, swamp dwarf druids, they can conjure and summon a TarFire elemental into the world from the worlds and planes of fire and flame. A TarFire elemental can't be extinguished by throwing water or sand onto it, unfortunately. You will definitely need to use a magical weapon to harm a TarFire elemental effectively. You can do some damage with normal weapons, but magical weapons are the ones you want. The nature of the TarFire allows the TarFire to actually squeeze for a narrow gap, and it is possible to harm, or impossible should I say, to harm a TarFire with fire or by poisoning it. It just doesn't get affected by those things. It will actually give off a bright light, okay? TarFires are known for actually being always on fire, so they always give off a bright light, making them easy to spot, which is good. The first observation of the TarFire elemental was recorded by the Emerald Mages. Now, the Emerald Mages are a small sect of swamp dwarf wizards and lawkeepers and dwarves who dwell in the Norgal Rock, a hill city on the verge of the wetlands, in a world which I'm not going to describe to you. The mystical words and ingredients needed to summon the TarFire elemental are known to only one swamp dwarf called Kavish, and that is it. The swamp dwarves actually know very little about the TarFire. There is actually very little information. They are really something that you'll come across, but when you do, they can be a bit of a surprise. So that's all that I have for you on the TarFire for today. There is simply not enough information out there to actually explain to you. Okay, I'm hoping you found this useful, and I want to thank Esper the Bard for allowing me to do this. He's been supporting me in the whole process. I want to thank all of my patrons. I want to thank you for watching and listening, and hey, till next time, keep rolling those 20s. Okay, I'm not gone. But I definitely need to get rid of my hat, and I definitely need to open my window. So I'm going to just put the break scene up I will be all of about 1 minute to get this done, but I do need to clamber around, and I don't want you to see me clambering around. So that's why you see I'll be back. Yeah. This, you don't know what's going on. I'm climbing on my desk to open my window. Oh, okay. All right, I think I'm feeling a little bit better now. Like I might be able to breathe. I was about to pass out. That would have been fun. Hello, and yes, the hat is gone. The hat is already gone. I'm not even 5 minutes into this, and the hat is gone. I can't take it. The hat will be too much for me to deal with, so I'm not going to use it. Okay, so yes. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go through the chat very quickly, and then we're going to go straight into our work, which is working on some of the stuff we've done in the past, and also to remind myself that we have completed things that I have not put up onto Patreon, unfortunately, which I should have, but I didn't. And I don't know what my excuse is other than I forgot we had already done it. So I'm going to show you a couple of things, and then I'm going to have to make sure I actually put them up onto Patreon so that you can actually use them or not use them or whatever you want to do with them. It's cool. So we've got a couple of people here. I'm going to leave that poll going. How's it going, Fred Huber? Fred Huber is a patron. Nice to have you here. More lore. Yeah. Now, so people keep saying I should put an AC in my studio. It's not really a studio. Can I just explain to you now? This is a very small office. It's slightly bigger, I guess, than it's maybe 3 times the size of a hall cupboard. So think about the hall cupboard you have at home, and then multiply that by 3. So it's a very small space. And this channel, and I'm not popular enough to be paying for the likes of an AC which will cost me $3,500 to stick in here. So yeah, when we get to winter, it won't be a problem, but during summer, it will be a problem. So that's how we go with this. I am not a professional full-time YouTuber. It may seem like it is the case, but that's not the case at all. Okay, even if I am streaming in 4K, so just make that clear. There's no AC happening. I have an AC in my lounge, and that's the only place that it lives. Okay, let's get into this. I'm going to show you a couple of things that I had forgotten that I had done, and and then we're going to move on from there. But I also, if I remember right, Esper would like me to show you the page, because he did request this a couple of times, and I didn't do it, and I don't know why I didn't do it, but I didn't do it. So let me just see if I can find this, put this up here. Yes, there we go, that's working. That's nice. So we'll transition over to this. This is the TarFire Elemental. This is the artwork for it. This is the stat block, and this is the lore. Now, one of the first things you'll discover with the lore on this creature is there isn't very much. There's very little, in fact. I've actually had to construct a lot of it from the stat block and just turn it into words. And I've added a few other things, not much, not a lot, things that I thought would make sense. There is actually very little information on what happens when fire occurs on tar, or when tar catches on fire. It does occur naturally, it can occur, but the thing is that tar is made up of so many different elements. Tar can be made up of different compounds, which means that the type of fire you're dealing with is different again. So the tar fire, as an elemental, means that it could have a range of possibilities and problems to deal with. So I have taken those concepts and I've transitioned them over into the lore that I presented today, for those of you who are wondering. There is a little bit of information here, but it's more like a story about Cavish and the Emerald Mages. Okay. So I've done my bit. I've shown you the entry. You know that it exists. It's actually a monster that you can use for 5e if you want. It's not something that you won't get to use. Now, there is something that we had made that I had forgotten about. And this is the 40 monster diet, 40 monster diets and food. let's put this diets and food. Okay, and we would actually finish this. So I should have put this up onto Patreon, but I didn't. Now, the only thing that I can think of is why I didn't do that is because maybe I'd come to some bizarre belief that I could actually do more with it and make it bigger, possibly, but I doubt it. I feel like we'd covered pretty much everything there was to cover here. So possibly that's the reason why I never did that. But it does exist. We did actually break down what sort of things monsters might actually eat, not just plants and meat. So we've got all sorts of different things here to make your monsters a little bit different from each other. And yeah, whether you use this randomly or not, it's completely up to you. But what we have not finished, and I had put down 100 monster communication methods. 100 monster communication methods, let's get real. That's a load of bollocks. There's no way we're going to come up with 100 different monster communication methods. If that were to happen, it would be amazing, okay, without duplicating ourselves slightly in some way. So we haven't finished this. This is actually something that I need to actually complete. We've got all sorts of ideas here that I need to work with. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to work through this. This is what I'm going to fiddle around with. And I encourage you to use the chat and throw your ideas out there. Instead of tracking, because one of the things I've discovered is if I track the chat on my phone, which is very small text, I can't read it with my glasses, okay? And if I take my glasses off, I can actually read the text on the screen, which is a lot larger, but it's a little bit blurrier. So it's actually cleaner if I put the glasses on to read this text. And I'm better to have my glasses off if I'm reading the small text on my phone. And so what happens is I wind up with my glasses going on and off constantly, going back and forth, and my eyes can't really adjust fast enough from the big screen text on my monitor to the phone. I know this is a lot of explanation about stuff you probably don't give a toss about, but I'm just explaining to you why I'm not going to track. While I'm typing in here, I may not be tracking everything you put in the chat until like a few minutes later, or maybe 10 minutes later, something like that. And I don't plan to go any longer than an hour, so we've got 40 minutes to get some work done, basically. That's the gist of it. That's what I wanted to say. So yes, he's taken a long time to get around to it, but he's explained it, right? Yeah, sure he has. Okay, all right, glasses back on. Let's have a look at the chat, and then I'm going to get to work and start working on this. And you can throw in your feedback by all means. Google, Windows, AC, New Zealand. Oh my gosh. No, so forget about that. The price you're looking at, does not relate to New Zealand. Can I make it clear to you? That just because an AC is of a certain price, that does not count the installation. The installation of it is anywhere from $1,000 to $1,500. Which is going to be almost the price of the AC itself. It's literally that expensive, okay? So it's not an option. So don't keep suggesting it because it ain't going to happen. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to the page I'm working on. And if you have some ideas, I'm going to type into the chat now. If you have some ideas for monster communication methods, by all means, do that. Put them in there, and I'll drop them in. And if we haven't already got it, then we'll make it part of the kettle of fish, I guess. Okay. What are some different monster communication methods? Okay. Right. Hello, Jake. How you doing? How are you? What are some different monster communication methods? That is my question to you. So how do you line this up? If you're going to put it in, go tag name. If you can come up with a tag name, that would be great. Tag name and then description of communication. One of the things that I've found very frustrating when I look at tables is that they don't give you enough information. You wind up having to do too much work, okay? It is more expensive, for those of you who are unaware, it's more expensive to buy a house in New Zealand than in the United States. And we are at the arse end of the world. It's all part and parcel of all of this. Everything gets shipped overseas, so it takes a lot more money. My dad installed mine for free. Yes, well, yeah, I can't do that. It's not an option for me. Yeah, it's eight. Yeah, that's about 8 times what it would cost in the States, I would imagine. Yes, that sounds about right. Yeah, there are certain things we can't even buy. They're not available. If I want to put flooring down in my house, I would have to order it 6 to 12 months in advance and then wait. That's how long it takes. Dear. Yeah, you got to get it right. Anyway, so by all means, I want you to put in some ideas, and I will go through and check them out. I'm going to take. I see Mr. Steve has already chucked something in here, so I'm going to just port this over and work on it. I want to bring up the screen so you can see what I'm doing. Yeah. And if you spot duplications, just indicate them, and I'll try not to move everything around straight away. Do you know what I mean? I mean, I'm sure it will happen. I'm sure I will move things around, but I'll try not to move things around so you can. But they'll all have tag names, so you can mention certain tag names that are duplicates if there is some. Okay, so that's not a real word. Mr. Steve, I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do with this. Signals. Okay, so let's share this screen with you and get to work, because a lot of this is just filling in information. Okay, so I don't even know what that word is. Is that a real word? Is that spelt correctly? Okay, let's have a look. I don't know. I'm not honestly sure, so I'm going to have a look. I'm going to define this. It's probably spelt differently. Okay, it is. Okay, so a root-like structure of fungus consisting of a mass of branching thread-like hyper. Okay, fungus colony composed of. Okay, so basically it's communication by fungal strands. Thread-like fungal strands. Okay, I understand. So that's fine. Okay, connects to the fungal network within the swirl to signal to send chemical signals. I don't know if we've got one like that already. We might. We've got sign language, we've got talking, speaking a spoken language, we've got telepathy, we've got parasite infections as a communication method. We've got what's this? Nucleosynthesis, which is electromagnetic radiation as communication. So this. So we've actually got something very similar to what you were talking about. This is this one here. Is that a better word for it though? That might actually be a better word for it. Let's just see. If I put this in here, and what do we get if I chuck that in? Paste there. Okay, so there is a. Okay, so we actually got that covered already, so we probably don't need to worry about that. Get rid of the food one. So that's probably already the same sort of thing. I think we can just highlight that as a repeat of what already exists. I think that'll have to go. We've got bioluminescence, so communication by biochemical emission of light. We've got bubbles, so sort of releasing bubbles in a pattern. It's good for a fish, I guess, or something underwater. We've got drawing, so releasing black ink. That's basically like your squid. We've got dream whispering, so controlling creatures' minds to communicate. So we've got a few here, and I just need to start putting some olfactory. We've got a monster emits smells and can detect slight odors. So this is their way of odors to communicate. Let's just put that one in. So cut O. I'm going to put it all into alphabetical order. OP. OP. And paste. So that's that one done. Heraldry. The creature creates and displays symbolic amoral bearings. I didn't understand what the heck was going on there, so we'll come back to that. Possession. Takes over a creature to speak through them to other creatures of the same type. It's very Independence Day. It's very ghost-like, really. So let's go cut possession. Is a poemizations. Here we go. Let's put possession in there. Okay, we'll move that around. Communicates through farting noises and smells. Okay. I guess we call it farter. As the all right. So we'll put the farter in, communicating through that. Let's get real. We're doing the farter one because it's funny. It's funny. It's toilet humor. I know it's childish. I'm aware of this. Okay, but I'll put it in. That's fine. Knotting. The creature ties a series of different knots separately by different amounts of cord to encode messages. Okay, so this is a very unusual communication method. So knotting. We'll put knotting in. Knotting, but not snotting. Da, 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 da. Plonk it in there. There's the knotting. It's correct. That's right. Remember my alphabet. Binary. The creature uses a code of ones and zeros to form patterns and messages. Basically, this is the computer program as a way of communicating. So we're going to go cut here. Quantum entanglement. Okay, we're getting binary. Binary. I think that's going to be there. Yeah, binary. Okay, so we've got binary in. And, blood drinker. The monster communicates through drinking another creature's blood. Blood drinker. That we can keep that one. So we'll go cut. Blood. Where are we going to put you? No. Yep, right there. No, H-I, yes, that's right. It is hot, people. My brain ain't going to work that great sometimes. All right, so we're doing quite well. Moving things around a little bit. Quantum entanglement. The creature sends messages instantly across any distance. That's right. We were talking about, we got into some theoretical physics there. Quantum entanglement. Q. O, P, O, P, Q, Q. M, N, O, P, Q. No. Fred, there's possession there. So it's got to go after that one. There we go. All right. Let's put this in here. Okay, so this is arranged. There are a few things I obviously will have to finish writing up, which I will do, but I'm going to just move these around. Check the chat, see how we're doing, see if anybody has made any deductions. And it's like, Fred, it just doesn't work for me. There's something wrong here. There's something we need to add in. There's something we need to remove. I don't know. You tell me. Okay. Okay, I think that's cleaned it all up a little bit. So we're doing all right. Okay, jumping back over to the chat. I'm going to go big head while Fred has a nice drink because I need to. It's hot. For those of you who are wondering, what the heck, why would you make up a list of different communication methods for a monster? Do I really want that? No, I don't want that. Give me something else. It's all right. Not everything I do on my channel is for you. Not everything. Anyway, let's have a look and see what people had to say. These communication types, so we probably will get duplicates. Yes, exactly. Leaf curling. Leaf curling? Okay, signals. I think we do have other sorts of signals going. Leaf curling, I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do with leaf curling, Fred, but I'll put it in and I'll come back to leaf curling. Is that leaf curling something that insects tend to do? A way of communicating information? I think that's what you were talking about. I do remember reading something like that. All right, okay. So, mate, is that yeah? But is that the thread-like roots of a mushroom the same as the other one we were talking about, which is sort of the root system of a tree or plants? It's a hairy little fungus fiber. Trees have been found to do this. Yes, that's why we were duplicating the Avatar thing. You know, the first Avatar movie? Number 5, yes. Yeah, so we don't really need to do that again. What we probably do need to do is make sure that we don't have somebody come up with that idea again and think, oh, but you've not got this one. So what we'll do, as a reminder, to make life a little bit easier, is I will take that idea, cut it, go into the M thing, I'll put a bracket, there's space, we can do that, and go paste and bracket, so that we don't need to worry about it coming up again, because it is covered. We're using both as a way of communicating that. Cool. Awesome. That's done. I think getting this cleaned up and consolidated to 50 will be doing good. Yeah, Fred, I agree. Electric. The creature emits electrical shocks like a living taser and wonders why humanoids don't understand. Well, we're not going to worry about that part of the information, but I get what you're trying to say. I think you've explained it reasonably well. So let's go find the electric one. And I'll just drop in what you've got here. So the creature emits electric shocks. Electric shocks. Shocks. Okay. The creature emits... now, we're probably not going to be releasing it largely, so it emits small electric shocks in a pattern to communicate intention and communicate information. Yep, got it. Right, Fred? It's in. I just readjusted things just a little bit. What do you got here, Jake? What have you got here? Do we have electric conductivity? We've just done that. Surface-to-surface contact. I think we've essentially electric contact, electricity. We've got it covered. We're all good. We're all good on that one. In other words, slow conductivity means dense material or hydration. Okay, we're getting too complicated now. Let's back up the truck a little bit. I was just writing a spin-bound pairs one. Oh, okay. Yeah, we spent 2 hours last time. I can't do 2 hours in my office with this weather. It's just too much. Leaf curling would be Trent's leaving messages in their leaves and taking a nap while others read it. Oh, okay, I see. Okay, so I'm going to go, let's just drop in, because I'll put in this prompt again, and then I'm going to start working on things, and you guys, if you come up with better ideas, you can chuck them in there, by all means. Okay. Okay, so let me go back. We're going to go back, and we're going to start working on the other stuff here. I think it's going to be tough just to get to 40. But anyway, let's start with the writing. Writing. Define. Okay. The creature marks surfaces with different symbols to represent ideas. And information. Okay. Writing. So we'll take that. I think that's pretty much nailed that one down. Into its lowest denominator. Not a hard thing to do. I'm sure all of you could handle this. I'm sure. All right, so writing. After telepathy, so it is a W. Writing. Okay, we're going to take the electricity one and we're going to put it where it needs to be. So we're going to stick it in the right place. After the ED. So we're going to put it here. Put that there, just like that. Tactile, thermal, singing. I think we're going to go with the singing one. I want to do the dancing next because I just want to do that. Singing. Define singing. Okay. So we need to, let's just take a few of these concepts here. Let's do that one there. Okay, the creature creates what's the best word of saying this? Creature uses its voice to form melody. What a word! I'm not sure I'm very happy with it. Form whistling and twittering sounds. Whistling, twittering. Whistling, twittering. I have a whistler in my house actually. My niece is right into whistling. She's a whistle monster as it happens. If she's not talking or singing, she's whistling. Tunes. Whistling, twittering, and I guess tunes that make sounds to what? The problem is I just wind up with the word communicate coming up so many times. Communicate. Or can't spell it to save myself. Okay. Touch, communicate, convey. Yes, convey. I can use the word convey. To convey. Information. Okay, singing. The creature uses its voice to form whistling, twittering, and tunes. Make melodious sounds to convey information. I think that's singing. That sounds like it. That's close enough. All right, let's go cut. Singing goes in the singing area. That's sign language, but we've got singing. So that goes after that one. Sign language, talking, paste. Okay, next, emotions, dance. Let's get real. How many animals use dance to communicate stuff? There's a lot A lot of animals. So dance is the one we want. Dance. So let's take this, break this down into its... Yeah, let's do that. We're not going to worry about the music side of things. We're just going to do the dancey thing. Higher form of sign language, maybe dance. Okay. The monster moves rhythmically to a set sequence of steps or what's the other thing? So it's not just steps. Wing flutters. Head movements, head bobbing, head shifting, head bobbing. Bobbing is a thing, right? Bobbing, head bobbing, and what else is there that's going on here? Yeah. So I'm a little lost now. Breaking down dance is a bit more difficult than I thought. Can't sing a song that I know because I'd get a strike. Of a person move in quickly, lively way, series of steps that match them. No, it's a different dance. Well, yeah, but if we wanted animal dance, define an animal dance. Animal. Let's break that right down. Let's go. Okay, it doesn't understand what I'm talking about. Animal dance, it just goes back to the idea of mating. What about a mating dance? Define mating. Mating dance. Mating dance. Wanty. To become joined in marriage. That's not going to work. Bats. Okay. We're not really... Okay. All right, so I've just got to make sure I got tail and tail waggles to convey formation, I guess. Okay, all right, there's our dance. We've got a dancing monster. For those of you who are thinking, oh my god, why did I show up for this? This is the sort of thing that can happen on my channel. We talk about dancing monsters. We might even make one. A dancing monster. A monster that communicates by dance. Alright, so that's that one done. Thermal, emotional, hereditary. I'm still lost on that one. Tactile. Touch. Tactile is touch. The monster makes physical contact using slaps, what's another one? Slaps, hugs, slaps, hugs, bites, and what else? What else is another way we can communicate? Slaps, hugs, bites, and this is going to get... And what's the other one? It caresses. Caresses. That's not how you spell caresses. Caresses. Is it? Is that how you spell caresses? Caresses to communicate ideas. That is a little bit of a surprise. I think I've covered all the touchy things. Let's go here. I'm just kind of curious now. Did I actually get it right? My spelling is terrible. It makes it worse because I have to deal with North American spelling sometimes. Well, I do on this channel quite a lot. And then I've got my own language, which is, of course, not modified English. And then I get very confused sometimes. Okay, caress, happy, fun, slap. Okay, all right, I think we covered all of the caressing stuff. And caresses. Okay, so that works. So let's take the tactile. Let's put that in the right place. Let's go cut to tact, tact, T, tact, 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 tact. I think it goes there. So plop that right there. Okay, so we're doing all right. Oh, geez, I didn't realize there were so many other things that I hadn't dealt with yet. That's always the case. Emotions. Taps or clicks. Well, let's get rid of the taps or clicks. I'll just leave it for now. Color. Okay, we can get it to change color. Oh, I like that idea. We have the creature changing color. Releasing spores is kind of strange. So let's go with color. The creature changes color to indicate its current emotions or mood. It's like a mood monster. That's the extent of how it can communicate. Let's keep it really simple. Communication with color. So we're going to cut this and put color in here. Let's put that there. All right. Okay. So I haven't been at the chat for a little while, so I think it's definitely time that I whiz back over there and see what you guys are up to. I'm sure you're busy right now, thinking up all sorts of things. So let's change my screen, and this is another water break for me. Time for me to put some water in the engine. Hello, Kenneth Elroy. I just noticed your name as I looked at the chat. Welcome to the chat. Do not answer because this question has probably been asked many times. How? All right, let's have a look at what you've got down here. Bird mating dance. Yeah, I was kind of thinking in terms of bird mate. Licks. Oh, licking. Oh my gosh. The tactile licking. Man, I've got to put that in there. Licking. Thank you, Fred. Licking. Licking. The monster comes up and licks you. I like you. Caresses. The shenanigans continue. Body undulations. Body undulations. Oh my gosh, yes. That is the dance, right? Body undulations. Where's our dance? We'll put that word in there. Now we're talking. This is where things can get weird real fast. Most creatures have some form of mating dance at a minimum. Yes, but we're going to have a creature, and all it does is communicate by dance. Thermal. The creature can moderate temperature itself. Okay, can modulate temperature of itself, its extremities, or the local environment to impart a message. And Fred, you've done a great job of explaining this. I'm working backwards rather than forwards. I know that's strange. I'm going to put an X here just so I know where I've got to work back to. So let's do the thermal thing. I'll drop that in. And I'll put that in there. The creature. The creature can modulate. Get that right. Can modulate the temperature of itself and its extremities or the local environment to impart a message. Very nice. I knew you guys were going to be good at this. Lots of typos. It's all right. I can fix typos. Google Docs does most of the work with regard to that. So yeah, no problems. Whistling. I'm pretty sure under the singing I had whistling. Under the singing thing we had whistling. Did I not? Yes, there's whistling. I got whistling down there. Okay, whistling is under. When kids first learn whistling, they do it constantly for 3 years. Is that right, Fred? That has not been my experience. I've had many brothers and sisters. Okay, I've got 2 brothers and 3 sisters, and I can assure you they did not do that when they were kids. This current niece of mine, Amelia, does it all the time, all the time. So I think it's set to a certain person. She loves singing too. She's not whistling; she's singing. Singing while I was not involved in rhythms and notations. Okay, now it's going to rain. Good. That's perfect. Does that mean I'm going to have to close my window? I don't want to close my window. But I do not want my computer to get wet either, because the rain will come in. We'll see how long that lasts. That window might be getting closed. Singing. Is communication art on the list? Art. Derp, hello Derp. Derp is a patron as well. I don't know that art is actually here. No, it isn't. Art is not on the list. So come up with something for art. If you can help me describe it, that would be great. Otherwise, I'll have to do it myself, won't I? Art. We'll come back to art. Written messages using a standardized set of symbols to pass messages. I've got that one. Sharp. Okay. Making complex patterns in a stick with their extremely sharp teeth. Okay, all right. Coloured feces. Mr. Stevens. Mr. Stevens' coloured feces communicates its feelings by altering the colour of its droppings. That is so disgusting and extremely funny, and really I should not put it in, but I'm going to put it in. It's very similar to the coloured one, but coloured feces is so specific, and you did such a great job of communicating it, so I don't actually have to do very much work. I feel like it should be on the list. Okay, coloured feces. People, when I do these sorts of things, like, you don't have to use everything, okay? Some of it you can just put down as like, oh, good Lord, really? Really? I'm going to cut and paste that out. But for those of you who like the idea, it's all good. It's all good. It's just a selection of ideas, really. Sometimes they're mine, but mostly they're yours. Coloured feces communicates its feelings by altering the coloration of its droppings. Brilliant, brilliant communication, Mr. Stevens. It's spot on. Love it. I hardly had to do any changes. I think the only thing I had to do was take the comma out. I don't know why the comma had to come out, but it did. Symbiosis. Oh, the monster is in a symbiotic relationship with another creature that it can release to carry a message to another of its kind. We've got parasite, but you want symbiosis. I suppose that is slightly different. The parasitic thing is a little bit, parasites are a little bit more problematic, aren't they? So, record. Yes. Yes, I'm all with that. Let's take this idea, the symbiosis one. Drop that in here. Symbiosis. Take it out. So, all right. So I'm going to cut and paste my instructions. 2 inches of rain since midnight. The rain has stopped. I know it's starting again. I think it's getting harder. It's going to be very humid. I suspect 90% or more humidity today. It'll be like breathing water. It's really going to be like that. I hate it. Breathing water is not good. Anyway, let's put this on. 3 million symbiotic parasites right now. Yes, more than likely. I wouldn't disagree with that. That's quite possible. All right, so I've got a lot of your ideas in. Let's go back and start working on rearranging some of the stuff. There we go. We're back here again. Back here again. Back here, back here. Let's just... My head is too big. Make it smaller. There we go. Okay, cool. Next. The monster is in a symbiotic relationship with another creature that it can release to carry a message to another of its kind. Interesting. Parasite and symbiosis might be very similar. The monster infects other creatures with a non-harmful parasite that reroutes some brain synapses, enabling communication. The parasite dies off, but the ability to communicate remains. It is slightly different. Although I suspect Fred Huber will tell me if I'm wrong very shortly. He's always trying to make sure that I got it right. Symbiosis. Symbiosis. Okay, let's just undo that for a second. Symbiosis. S-Y, S-Y. Cut. S-Y, S-Y. Here we go. Here we go. All right, there we go. That's it. Paste. It's in. So we've still got leaf curling to deal with. We've still got these other things. Thermal thing was really good. So I don't have to do any work with that. I'm just trying to grab that now. Cut and put the thermal in. Thermal. It goes here. Right there. And a paste. Thermal. Yes. Good. Spores. I want to do the spores one. Hive mind. The art one seems interesting. Heraldry. I don't know what to do with that. So leaf curling. I feel like I should be doing the leaf curling one. Let's go with this. The creature releases or let's say injects spores into the creature that wants to commune wants to communicate with when transferring information. Well, we can't have creature, so let's go monster. That's probably better. We are top of the hour, but since I was about 10 minutes late, I will go for another 10 minutes, roughly. And then, the rain has stopped, the clouds are gone, and now we're going to get the humidity. Wonderful. So happy. So because my computer setup is getting affected because the Blackmagic camera, which is like $6,000, keeps getting affected by heat, I'm going to go buy another Logitech Brio 4K Pro bloomin' webcam, and then I will have one set up to point at my desk and one to point at my face for when you want to look at my face, and then yeah, that'll solve this. But that's not going to happen till the end of the week. So right now, you have to suffer with whatever setup I have. Okay, next, art, hive mind. Let's do a hive mind. Define hive mind. Hive mind. Okay. A notional entity consisting of a large number of people who share their knowledge or opinions with one another regarded as producing either... Really? Is that really what it is? A unified consciousness or intelligence formed by a number of alien individuals. The resulting consciousness typically exert control over its constituent members. Yeah, okay. No, let's just take the first bit. We're not going to go with control. We're not doing mind control here. We're just doing hive mind. Let's not get carried away here. Okay, so the monster has a unified consciousness or intelligence formed by a number of its species. Number of its species. I think that's what we want to do. Oh, it's not that. Okay, get rid of that bit. Got it. Okay, so we've done the spory thing. We've got the hive mind thing. So I'll go cut. Sporadic. Spore. P-I-P in here. In here. Stick it there. Yes. Next, hive mind. And we're going to do this one, and H for hive. A hive. Don't have hives, just putting the hive in. D-E-F-H-I-K. Yes. That's right, people. I'm going through my alphabet so I don't forget where I'm supposed to stick things. Next. These things are getting complicated as to work out how to do, but that's fine. We will get there eventually. I don't even know what that is, so we'll come back to that. I run out of water again. I need more. It's at this time of the year I have to drink so much water. Because I just sweat it all out. It's just gone. It's gone just like that. Anyway, leaf curling. I feel like we need to do leaf curling and define leaf curling. Okay. Plant disease. Oh, it's a, okay. So, what about do insects? Do insects communicate by leaf curling? I'm kind of curious. I thought that some did. Do insects communicate by leaf curling? Curling leaves on plants, pests in the urban area. There are several insect pests that cause leaves to curl when they suck plant juice. Yeah, well, that's not communicating though. Okay. I'm not really sure what to do with that. I'm not sure. I am a little lost on that one. Clicking. I feel like clicking sounds is taps and clicks. I'm not sure what to put that under. Art. I know what's going on. My brain is shutting down. It's getting so hot that I'm actually not doing very well. That'll be what it is. I know it. All right, let's have a look and see what the chat has to say. Is there anything I need to add? Anything I need to put in there? Let's have a look here. In texting or videos while driving. Not a good thing. Don't do that, Fred. You wind up killing yourself. We don't want that to happen. Losing the signal driving. Oh my gosh. Jake, what are you doing? I will see you at the end of the week, okay, for Spaceballs. I will be playing a character with a name that is highly offensive and completely inappropriate. Okay. Spaceballs of sagas. Okay. Leaf curling, a plant reshapes its leaves to form messages. Okay, that's okay. That's fine. So what do we want to, we want to sort of we want to do a couple of different things here. A plant or monster reshapes leaves. Let's include them. Leaves to form messages. Fred, well done. That's nice and simple. I can understand that. Any of us can. And that alleviated the brain drain on my little melon. Okay, L. Where's the L go? Do I remember where L goes? After K. Okay, here we go. In here. Okay. Well, what are we up to? So we're almost up to 30 completed. It's not bad. Okay, next. What else? Hive mind. The creature of its hive, of the hive are in constant mental contact and share information with no limit. I think have I done a hive mind adequately? I'm pretty sure it's all right, but let's have a look. Did you do it better? Unified consciousness or intelligence formed by a number of its species. Is that any better? I think that's pretty much covered it. Oh, you got the emotion one. Let's take this. I'm going to copy and paste this out of here. Chuck that into the emotion section. And paste. Right, that's that one done. I'm going to sort that out later because I'm running out of brain juice. So the creature can rapidly change emotional states to impart a message, like a girl who can suddenly cry to get help. Oh, God, that bit's got to come out. Fred. Okay. This Mr. Stevens has got a suggestion here, so I'm going to put this down. What am I doing? Okay. Excretion. A specialized gland produces complex chemical excretions, let's say liquids, because we've got an excretions again. Excretions. No, it's fine. Excretion there and then excretion there. Excretions. Is that the word excretion? Excretions. I think that's okay. That can be deposited in the environment. The message is deciphered through subsequent ingestion. Ingestion? Ingest. Injection. It's not ingestion, ingestion. I'll come back to that. Okay, good. Poetry. Oh my gosh, Mr. Stevens. Mr. Stevens, you've come up with some very good ideas. Yes, there is a lot of excretion messaging going on here, I've noticed. Did you not notice that? I did. It's probably a product of the fact that I generally write down most things people say. Poetry. It's a language. Its language consists entirely of rhythmic couplets. I don't know what that is. Okay, let's go there. The creatures. I think that's hilarious. No, it won't be a UK thing. Trust me, there's a few people here who've got a sense of humour, which I like. It's good stuff. Ingestion, injection. Ingestion or injection. It's eaten. You have to eat the thing. Couplets. I don't even know what that word means. I'm going to come back to it anyway. So this is where we're gonna end for today. We'll come back to this. I do this every week. Okay, I will show you what we are up to with this, so that you can see and you can make an assessment about how far it'll take before we get to about 50 or 40. I think we're only going to get to 40. I don't think we'll do 50. I think it's unlikely we'll get 50. What we have finished so far is we've got through, and I've done and taken your ideas, we got to 29. There are a couple here that we have to do, but really I think in all likelihood we're probably not going to get past 40. I think 40 will be our limit. I'm quite happy with that as a collection of ideas for communication with your creatures and your monsters. I think that's good. We did good work. So come back next week, do it again, fill out. We only got 10 more to go. 10 more and that'll be good enough. We'll just put it to bed, go do something else. Why not? Seems reasonable to me. Anyway, I'm building characters tomorrow. For those of you who don't know, I will be covering Ultramodern 5. Ultramodern 5 is compatible with Dungeons & Dragons 5e. but it is built for a different type of game. We'll be doing character building. We'll be building a civilian. I know that sounds really boring, but trust me, okay? Chris does good work. It's worth hanging around for. It's going to be a bit more complicated. Hopefully I can get my head around it. But we'll be coming back next week. I will talk about another monster from Esper's Emporium of Esoterica. Probably another elemental. Maybe the frost cloud. Seems like a possibility. And then we'll go in and we'll start doing some workshopping and build some tools. And I will obviously have to make sure I put the monster diet and food list up onto Patreon so that you can do whatever you like with it. Put in the trash, put it into your notes, whatever works for you. All good, no problems. Okay, all right, I'm done. I need to go. I need to get out of this room. It's too hot. It's way too hot. Anyway, huge thank you to Esper the Bard. Thank you to my patrons. Thank you to those of you who've been answering the poll. I do appreciate it. I see that we have 60% of 10 votes said yes, they have missed me doing the Monster Law workshops. And no, 10%. At least you're honest. Just watching, 30%. Nice. Okay, so thank you to everybody who's been responding to the polls, watching and listening. Those of you who've been taking part and providing your ideas, like Fred Huber, Mr. Stevens, Wisdom Check, how's it going, Jake? Thank you so much for being here and providing your ideas. Keith, I appreciate it. Nice to have you here. Derp, who's been providing some ideas as well. This doesn't work unless you guys actually engage with me in some way. And hopefully sooner rather than later, I'll get back to a point where things are working pretty well. Anyway, wherever you are in the world, whether it be the morning, the afternoon, the night, or the wee morning, particularly for those of you in, say, the UK, look after yourself, your family, and your friends. Be nice to your neighbours. Unless it's a spider, by all means, then you can, whatever. Anyway, till next time, keep rolling those 20s.